Okay, Captain Ron here, the plane fixer. Today we're going to attempt to repair this plane. It was badly crashed by a friend who's also named Ron. And I'll try to document this as I go along because I think a lot of people might be able to benefit from my having repaired many planes myself. So stand by. First thing we want to do is remove all the electronics. I'll take this receiver out and I'm going to remove the motor prop and all and get to work on the foam. I like to mark my ESC wires, although you only have to swap them around to reverse the rotation. Sometimes they're hard to get to after you put the plane back together. This should make it a little easier. Now that we've removed the hardware, the motor, etc., we got the kettle on to boil, and we're going to make this foam come back to life. Okay, this water looks like it's boiling enough to me. Now very carefully, we take this into the room. What are we looking at here? All right, first we're going to dip the nose cone in and watch that foam spring back to life. Obviously you have to be very careful with this step because you can get burned with boiling water, no question about it. All right, I don't know how clear this is going to come out, but if I dip this, keep the wires out of the water, Ron. Into the boiling water. I don't know. Trying to view this on my watch at the same time. Don't know exactly what I'm getting in the video, but you get the idea. You dip the mashed parts in boiling water and they expand back to about 95% of their original size. Now, obviously you want to wait for this to dry thoroughly before you start gluing anything up. Okay, I'm using my Welluck cordless rechargeable gun, and I really prefer Gorilla Glue sticks. I found them to be the best on the market. Fast cure and really good hold. We're going to start with the very last farthest away break in this. A little shot of glue in there. Pull that down and let that cool. Try to get down close here so that you can see how I lay this glue in. You give it a pretty good shot. Better to have a little too much than a little too little. And then we put this together like that. Hold it for a few seconds. This Gorilla Glue is very, very hot. It takes a little bit longer to cure or to cool, but once it's done, it's done. Okay, that one's cured up. Let's get this big break down here. Now don't worry about a little excess glue coming out because that can always be scraped off. Okay, I'm gonna go down into the center here and really fill this up. This is a very important part. I always try to hold these for 30, 45 seconds, even a minute, to make sure that they're gripping. Okay, we'll do this next little section here. Hard to stop the camera. All right, this is probably the trickiest part because we got a lot of area to cover and we've got to get it all lined up and hold it while it dries. So there's the piece over there. I'm gonna, oh, this gut is not working right. Ah, shit. Alright, this is where you might want to use slower setting hot melt stuff. And you gotta push it together. This is not going in well. We'll have to do the best we can. I thought I had it lined up better than that. Try this side. It's going to need a little cosmetics, I guess. But it's a whole lot better than it was. Just cemented this little piece in to make up the gap because the nose is a little bit farther forward than it was. I'll have to trim that out. Okay, this is why you got to examine every part of the plane. I just found this little part of the rudder assembly loose, broken. You have to really examine these things.